Welcome back to Municipal Matters here on your TV. I'm your host, York Bellsmith, and we are now joined by Sarah Cleveland from Film Access Northumberland, hosting the Eye2Eye Film Festival, which is coming up June 2nd to 4th. Sarah, thank you very much for taking the time to come in and have a chat about something I know you are very passionate about.
I am, and thank you for having me here to discuss it.
Talk to us a little bit about, first, before we get into the festival, about Film Access Northumberland and its history, how that all evolved.
Sure. So Film Access Northumberland is a nonprofit organization, and our whole goal was to bring film bring the industry into the area by connecting with local community, including everyone around us, and expanding. So making things grow, bringing more film to the area, bringing more people who want to create to the area, as well as just helping to support local and emerging filmmakers. And so Film Access Northumberland was established 3 years ago. This festival will be our third year. The first year we started off when we did the Eye2Eye Film Festival. It was actually outside at the bandshell. And we had just a one night. It was during COVID times,
I was just
unfortunately.
going to say, you started this up during a pandemic.
Yeah, we did. So it had to be outside. And we had one night. We had Yannick Bisson come in and we did an episode of Murdoch Mysteries that was filmed here in Coburg. And then last year we decided to expand out into a full weekend event. It was still we were a little hesitant about starting to do that, but people who wanted to be masked were masked and that sort of thing. And we had a fantastic full weekend. Now here we are on the third year, and it's a very full weekend, and we're pretty excited about it. So.
Talk to us a little bit about the challenges you faced. First of all, with the first one, like right in the heart of COVID, and then last year's. What were some of the challenges that you faced doing that? I'm sure you got to worry about people coming out.
We definitely were. The first year, I know it was kind of scary, but we had a really great group of people that did come out. We had pretty good numbers, but it was outside, and I think that made people feel a little bit more comfortable. Last year was definitely a challenge. Not very many people were attending in-room events of any sort, not going to the cinemas, not going, sitting next to somebody. But so we did everything we could. We had sanitizer, we had masking. If you wanted to be there, great. If you couldn't, that's fine. Now, numbers were low, and they were low with every film festival. And even still this year, there's definitely still those concerns that there's still a lot of really hesitant people on it. We totally understand that. But if we can hopefully get some people out to enjoy the weekend, we're looking forward to that. But everyone I have talked to, actually I just came from the Canadian Film Festival as well, and they said the same thing. It's, numbers are different. People are still concerned. So
if the numbers don't come back, are you looking ahead to different ways of presenting these films and keeping the conversations going about this? Because it is so important, such a part of our culture.
Yes. Honestly, that's not really something we have discussed at this point. I know some people have gone virtual.
Right.
I just don't feel that same connection and that same energy. So I really hope that we don't have to go that route, but we'll have to see as things move forward.
Right, exactly. Well, if any other events that have been taking place over the last few months, I mean, mind you, a lot of them have been outdoors. I mean, people are coming back out.
Yes.
They're coming back out in big numbers, so that's got to be encouraging to see.
Very much so. And concerts even, I've seen a lot of people are really excited to be back around people, and it's just a different experience. So, and being at Victoria Hall, it's such a beautiful location. We've been very, very lucky to be there the last year and this year. So hopefully, when people passing downtown, if they can just walk in even, that'd be great. We want to see more people there.
There's something about walking into the concert hall at Victoria Hall that just it grabs you, the history that is in there. And that's what film festivals are all about, all about history, right?
Yeah. In fact, it's funny, I've mentioned before, but Victoria Hall is where I had my prom. I walked down that red carpet with the town crier, and we went into Victoria Hall. So for me, it's also kind of a sentimental thing as well. It does still have that magical feeling. So putting film there just makes sense.
Let's talk about the film festival itself and how it's going to play out. Everything begins on Friday, June the 2nd, with a red carpet gala. I love the red carpet gala.
So I think one of the things about film itself, or when you're watching, you see these events and they look so spectacular, and there's just this beautiful energy surrounding everybody, and there's an excitement that kind of comes with it. So we wanted to start off with a bang on the Friday night, and we're doing The Greatest Showman for multiple reasons. Our theme this year is with open arms, and The Greatest Showman talks about accepting everybody for who they are.
Right.
And I think it's just, and it's, musical, and there's just this great, this great feeling when you leave from there. So we wanted to start with something like that. So we have that film playing, we have the red carpet event to be able to come in, have your picture taken in front of the big Step and Repeat banner that will be there, that will help obviously showcase all of our fantastic sponsors and donors from the local community. And Premier Dance.
Premier Dance,
yes, is going to be there as well to do some performances outside. So kind of just a combination of all type of art, and just to have that really great feeling walking in. So that's our first opening, our opening gala.
And then on Saturday, June the 3rd, it starts off early.
It does.
9:30,
and we did that on
9:30 in the morning. Yeah, I was just going to say, there had to be a reason for the early start.
We really wanted a place for families.
Right.
It's nice to think that parents get to sleep in until 10 o'clock, but they don't.
No.
No, we do not. So we wanted to start something early that was giving them an opportunity, something to do on a Saturday morning that was exciting and fun and different. And so we decided to do Annie, and the Little Cake Company is providing Annie cookies for the first 200 people that come through. We have popcorn. La Jeunesse is going to be performing as well. So It's just a really great family event that morning, and just a great way to start off a Saturday morning, right?
Yeah. And by 9:30 in the morning, as a parent, you just want to let's get out of the house. We gotta go do something.
You're done breakfast at 7. You're looking for something to do. Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
And that part goes from 9:30 till noon. Then at 1 o'clock to Kill a Mockingbird.
Yes.
Wow.
So we're trying to do a whole bunch of different films, something that will kind of cater to everybody. Now this one, we're really appreciative. The Vintage Film Festival is sponsoring this event, and they have also offered anyone who attends that festival, that film at the festival, are going to be submitted for 2 weekend passes to their film festival.
Oh, excellent.
So, and that's in October in Port Hope. So that's pretty exciting and very, very kind of them to do that, very generous.
When I first saw this itinerary, the first thing I thought about is the concert hall at Victoria Hall and seeing To Kill a Mockingbird in that room.
Yes.
That's going to be
And
something
we're so
that's just
excited
magical.
because there's some new things coming to Victoria Hall that are really going to help escalate that feeling.
Right.
So new screen, from what I understand, there's going to be surround sound in there. We've got, it's going to be quite an experience.
Can't wait to see that for sure. Then Saturday continues. You got two really full days here. 3:30 in the afternoon away from her.
Yes. We wanted to bring in Sarah Polly's Away From Her, and we have also been very lucky. Simone Ertl, the producer of that film, is going to come in and do a Q&A afterwards. So one of the things we really wanted to focus on was blending industry with film. So we want people to understand how these films were made, why they were made, a little bit more of the backstory, and not just, it's great to watch a film and it's great to appreciate it, but there's so much that goes into creating film that, the lighting, the sound, the background actors, there's so much more. And so by providing these opportunities to talk to the producers or the directors or what have you, to get that insight, I think really helps you to understand what a beautiful piece of work it is.
And that's the first of 5 question and answer sessions that you are going to have through this, which is incredible that you're able to get these very busy and talented film people to be able to take the time to come and do this.
And donate their time.
Right.
Yes, absolutely. But they're excited about their projects too. They want to talk about it.
And I think that shows an understanding of the need to get that information out there and to have those questions answered.
Absolutely.
Still with Saturday night wraps up at 7 o'clock with End of Sex.
Yes. So that is a TIFF film from 2022, this past TIFF. And that film actually is going nationwide in theaters at the end of April. So we were very, very blessed to be able to show that film. And Jonas Chernick, who is the writer and lead actor of that film, will also be attending for the full weekend, and we'll be doing a Q&A afterwards for that film. So we also have a short film that we have not announced. We just signed that is called Sissy, and it's going to be showing right before End of Sex.
Oh, cool.
And it's a beautiful, beautiful film about a child and a father kind of they have conflict, and the end result is over the grief of their mother. They actually, or mother and wife, they have these difficulties, but it's also what reunites them, and it's quite beautiful.
Oh, it sounds like it.
So very excited about
for sure. So that's happening on this Saturday.
Yes.
Things pick up again at 9:30 on the Sunday morning with Filmmaker Showcase.
Yeah, that is the main focus of our weekend. I know that might sound really silly, but here's the thing. Our whole purpose to the film festival is to be able to showcase emerging and new filmmakers. there's not a lot of opportunity for brand new filmmakers. It can be very daunting for for someone who's created for the first time and doesn't know where to show their film, doesn't know where to submit. You know, you can be submitting to a film festival, but you're up against someone who has made 40 shorts or 100 shorts or features galore, and that's not what we do. This is for brand new filmmakers, something that isn't scary, or it's kind of like a stepping stone for them, right? It's the first stage for them. And to be able to show their films and give them an opportunity to have the stage, I think is so important. To be able to foster that, that creativity in them and give them that sense of, what's the word I want? A sense of confidence, right? Yeah.
Exactly, and the experience of being able to do that as well, for sure. A Canadian premiere on Sunday afternoon at 1 p.m. with I Can.
So I Can is a true story based on a beautiful girl named Caitlin Pavey. She was born with one arm. It is actually also a faith-based film, and it comes from Indiana. It was fully filmed and created in Corydon, Indiana. And the director and producer, Tyler Sansom, is coming from Indiana as well. I actually have a small role in this film, which I'm very grateful that they're allowing us to do this Canadian premiere at our festival. So that was a big event for them and for us. They just did their first premiere in the States a couple of days ago, actually.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Excellent. Then at 3:30 on the Sunday is Ashgrove.
So I have to say, Ashgrove is probably my favorite film I've seen in the last year. It is so creatively done, and I don't want to spoil it by saying it too much, but this is a film that I think is just a masterclass in storytelling. It's something that is just absolutely creative in the way that they did it, and we just found out we have a little bit of a surprise as well following. We do have Jonas that's going to be in attendance, but we also have a documentary on how it was made that's going to follow. And trust me, it's very unique.
If we have time, I want to ask you about that, about the documentaries about making things and what that means to the films. But let's carry on with Sunday, because a big Sunday night, because at 7 o'clock you have your Emerging Filmmaker Awards. Yes.
So we will show the films that were selected for the awards. We have a couple of different awards. We have the Bob Johnston Memorial Award and the Film Forward Awards. So the only difference between those two, the Bob Johnston Award is a cash $1,000 to the winner, and you have to be a student in Ontario post-secondary program at the time for film or animation or digital and media. The other one is the Film Forward Awards, and those are for anyone internationally or in Canada. And instead of a cash payment, they get over $3,000 of in-kind use of equipment, facilities, but mentorship. And I think that this is where it's really important, is that we are pairing our filmmakers up with very experienced industry professionals, cinematographers, directors, producers, and giving them that one-on-one time to help build that relationship for them to move forward, but also give them the information they need to grow. And we have some amazing people that have stepped on board, again, all donating their time to do this to help push, filmmakers forward.
And that right there is priceless.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yes.
It all wraps up 8 p.m. with First We Eat and the closing gala.
That's correct. So First We Eat is a documentary. Suzanne Crocker decided that her and her family for 1 year were only going to eat what they could grow. And this is, I don't know that I could do this. I couldn't do it with my family. I couldn't do it for myself, but very, very intense and an incredible story for what they do with their family. And Suzanne Crocker actually will be live streaming in for a Q&A. Unfortunately, well, unfortunately, but fortunately, her daughter is graduating that weekend, so she has to do it.
That's understandable.
Absolutely. So she's going to do it virtually for us. And and actually, while that is going on, we are going to also have a separate private event for our filmmakers to have one-on-one time with industry professionals. So they'll have their awards ceremony and then move forward to having some private time to ask questions, pick their brain, that sort of thing. Again, just providing opportunities for them.
Again, something else that is priceless for sure. Let's talk about tickets and how people can get tickets, what they cost, where, and such.
So the tickets are available online at filmaccessnorthumberland.com, Or I'm sure you've seen around downtown our posters. We have a QR code you can scan. It takes you right there. The other option is they are at the box office at Victoria Hall for sale, and a weekend pass is only $65.
Oh, wow.
So, and students 18 and under, $32.50. They're half price. If you wanted to buy individual tickets, all tickets are $15 or $7.50 for students, and the opening and closing gala is $20 or $10 for students. So we really want to encourage students to attend as well and make it, make it so it makes sense for them. They don't have a lot of spending money, so
right,
but
and
we
that
still
gives you
want
the
them
opportunity to inspire yet the
Yes.
next generation, even further back, right?
Yeah, and we do volunteer opportunities through the schools as well. Last year we had all high school students, but high school students who were excited about film or animation, digital and media again as well. We had this one girl that attended last year who she wants to be a filmmaker. She wants to produce and wants to be a cinematographer. And she came and spent the whole weekend with us, but also got all of her volunteer hours. So it was a great experience. So
Are you in need of volunteers? Like, is there still an opportunity for people that want to volunteer?
We will always take volunteers. Students, of course, as well as adults, no problem. And then anyone who volunteers gets to sit in on the films for that day. So.
Right, and volunteer information available?
Again, you can find it online, filmaccessnorthumberland.com, or they can send me an email at sarah@cleveland.com.
It is
the dash, not D-S. Not
the
D-S.
actual dash, yes,
actual
I've got
dash.
the symbol.
Sarah
One
at Sarah
of those ones you got to
Cleveland.
put in your password
Right,
nowadays.
exactly.
The Eye2Eye International Film Festival coming up June 2nd through 4th. Sarah Cleveland, thank you very much for taking the time. I can tell you're really passionate about it.
Thank you, I am.